Hi, my name is Martin Williams, and thank you so much for tuning in to the Guided Expressions channel, the podcast. And I wanted to invite you to subscribe to the podcast, subscribe on YouTube, also subscribe on SoundCloud, and pretty soon also Apple Podcasts. So I haven't done a podcast in about a month, been in a period of transition. We moved from Pennsylvania to Florida, and we've been in short-term accommodations up to this point, but we finally got a place, and we will be moving at the end of the week, and I'm looking forward to it. My whole family is looking forward to it because now we will be a lot more settled. We'll be in one place, and we will be able to kind of get back to our regular schedules and all of that. So what I wanted to talk about today, not to bore you with all that stuff, is this whole thing about doing the known thing to take you to a place that you may not know. A lot of people are trying to figure out what to do. I don't know about you, but I know I've been in situations where I just didn't know what to do. And maybe you know that you're supposed to start a business, but you don't know exactly in what field you should be starting that business in. And there's an infinite amount of opportunities out there to start a business, but at the end of the day, you don't really know what business is best for you, if you're the best fit for it, and so on. So it can be a bit of a frustrating thing when you're trying to figure out what's the next step and you can't really get your mind or wrap your mind around a clear path or a clear vision. When you find yourself in that position, the best thing to do is to take the thing that you know how to do, right? And then do that at its highest level. And what that will do is take you into places that you didn't even dream that you'd be in. It will take you into higher levels and higher, just higher dimensions because of the level in which you do it. So let's say that the one thing you really know how to do is bake pies or wash cars. The best thing for you to do is do that until you can get to the next level, right? You may say, well, I can't become a millionaire washing cars. You never know, because you may do such a great job that you may come into contact with a CEO who would say, hey, if I can pay you $1,000 to wash my car, wash and detail my car, but that guarantees that I will have you every week, then yeah, I'll do it. Or perhaps that CEO would say, you can wash my whole fleet of cars. Yeah, he might have multiple cars, probably would. You can wash my whole fleet of cars, wash and detail them, and I'll pay you, $2,000 or what have you. And, that way you can, that payment will guarantee your services, because when you're really good at something, you become in demand, right? When the best marketing is your job, like your job level, the way that you do your job. That's the best marketing you could ever have, is to be so good at your job that people have to wait in line to acquire your services. And basically at that point, you become not at the mercy of a customer anymore, but they are more at the mercy of you. And when I say at the mercy of you, it's that you decide how much you're going to work, and you decide how much you're going to do because of how good your work is. And that's the beauty of it, is that you become so in demand that you can name your price, you can name your terms, and you say, well, I'm just washing cars. But if you find 10 people like that will pay you $2,000-$3,000 to wash their vehicles every month, that's $30,000, right? Now, washing cars is, for all intents and purposes, is a minimum wage job. There's nothing wrong with it. A lot of people got their start washing cars. It's an honest day's work. So in no way am I putting anybody down, but most places pay minimum wage, right? But you could take something that pays minimum wage and make $30,000, $40,000 a month just by being really, really good and then networking. And not even so much networking, but just doing such a good job every single time that you open your way into new places. See, excellence will knock down doors. It will knock down walls. You may find yourself in a situation where people aren't paying you what you feel you're worth. Take a hard look at yourself. Am I doing the best job that I can possibly do? And if not, what can I do better? How can I get better? How can I improve? Right? Take the simple thing that you do now that you know how to do, right? For me, I know how to do websites, right? I know how to do, I know how to start WordPress sites and whatnot. And that is something that I can turn into $1 million business. Now, there may be people on Fiverr who charge $50 to set up a WordPress site, and that's fine. But you don't have to stay there. Just because they're charging that doesn't mean you have to charge that, because you can offer a greater service at a greater level of service, right? There's a reason that Ruth Chris can charge more than McDonald's, because the quality of the food is better, and the service is better, and the experience is better. McDonald's is good in a pinch, but if you really want to take someone out for a special occasion, you're going to lean more to Ruth Chris than you are McDonald's. And the reason that you're going to lean more to Ruth Chris than McDonald's is because Ruth Chris gives a better experience. And so when you give a better experience, you can charge more. You can charge way more, actually. And that is really one of the keys to advancing yourself in life. There's so much money out here. You don't have to beg for money, and you don't have to beg for a job either. You just have to change your approach in the marketplace. And the way you change it is by, first of all, doing the known thing. Do the thing that you know how to do, right? You don't have to learn a new skill necessarily, but learn to do the thing that you know how to do, and then improve on that. Improve it to the level that it can't be improved anymore. And by the time you get to that point, you'll have all your bills paid. You won't have any problems, financially anyway, okay? Because you'll be the best in your field. When people want something done, they'll come to you. And you put yourself in a position where you can advance rapidly in business. So I want to encourage you to do that. Do the thing that you know how to do, right? Don't overthink this, okay? If you know how to draw comic books, then draw comic books and be the best one out there doing it. If you know how to sing, you've been singing for 10 years, then do that. If you're really good at making YouTube videos and you can hold people's attention, then do that, and before long, you will be rewarded for your excellence. But do the thing that you know how to do. If you're in trouble, if you're in financial trouble especially, do the thing that you know how to do, and you will find that you will advance in life. My name is Martin Williams. Thank you so much for listening and tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, and I will talk to you soon.